Hello, Monsters Bounty, and welcome back to Total War Warhammer 3. Part 10. It's 10? Is it? I've already lost counts. 10. I think it's 10. Might 10, maybe 10 of my Kugath campaign. Last time we popped in to see Papa Nurgle and beat up his gardener, which no doubt will garner his praise. He just seems like a happy chap. He just seems like, what did you do? Beat up my gardener? Brilliant! That's fantastic! Whee! Good on you, man. He just seems like a very positive kind of guy, even if you kick the shit out of his help. So, can't help but feel that his help probably don't deserve that, but well. Okay, is that new? Is that icon new? Anyway, so we've got Greasebat's Backstabber here, who he's been wandering through our lands, basically, making a nuisance of himself, and I think that's going to stop. He has made a grave error, because I've popped out right where he didn't want me to. Come back here, you little shit. You know what? I'm going to fight this just because it's orcs, and I haven't fought orcs yet in this campaign. Just a bit of a fun one, really. We're going to summon in a Great Unclean One, which is going to get right in the way of those snotting pump wagons. And they're also then going to get charged by our characters to make sure they can't do any damage to our front line. Meanwhile, we've got goblins bravely charging down to engage our front line of Plague Bearers. Of course, the Plague Bearers are going to easily mince those goblins, and no problem there. Some orcs attacking on their left flank, but again, pretty outmatched by our very beefy Plague Bearers, who have more weapon strength than them, and melee attack and melee defense. Yes, that's right, we're going to wipe the just wipe the floor with them. I'm going to wipe the shit with them, but maybe? Okay, these orcs are in a lot of trouble. They're being frog-songed to death. Bum, 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 ah! That kind of thing. And the orcs are already starting to retreat. Lots of death heads coming in there. There's Weird Al Stankovic, who is using his debuff to basically kill everyone around him. What a guy. And the Great Unclean One just being large and in charge. Unfortunately, those that burn twice as bright burn twice as fast. So he's going to run out of summon time and then just drop dead. He's a big boy. Just a bit of fun there. Just a little bit of fun. Just beating up some Greenskins. No. Ooh, infections. What have we got on infections? Don't really need. Well, I could use the money. Could always use the money. Can always use the money. Okay, well that's those guys dead. I mean, they'll probably come back and try again, but it'll give us a little bit of breathing room, and then we can get some more stuff there. I'm not super worried about Greenskins, to be honest. They are not particularly a concern at this point. So now, we could... Lightning Strike I'm not super bothered by. I mean, upkeep reduction would not necessarily be the worst thing. It would not necessarily... I mean, I'm probably not going to do much raiding or looting. I could give you... See, I don't have any Nurglings in my... I mean, this does reduce the upkeep for Nurglings faction-wide. So, okay, let's grab that. And Plaguefather's Oration. Let's grab that too.
Will supplement my proxies.
It will. We'll grab Immortality as well. And you, my pestilent little friends, are going to get Fleshy Abundance, because we want that Arcane Conduit. Because the more Arcane Conduit we have, the more spells we can cast. And you have pretty much everything. I could make you not explode, but to be honest, you've got a lot of health. I don't really need to worry about that. So let's go Eye of the Gods, and then Deadly Blades to make you more killy in combat. Now we're going to have an imminent rebellion at Karak Dam. I'm not super... You know what I might do is just knock that down. Get the cash. How much are we going to get for that? That's 200. That's not bad, is it? Because to be honest, I'm going to abandon that. I don't really need it. I wish these guys weren't raiding me, but I'm not super concerned about it. Have a look. We can see the Cliffs of Death here are making almost 3k, which is pretty good. Nurgle does have a reasonably good economy, but it takes a little while to get it started, which is pretty Nurgle. I do think all of the demon factions have actually got a really... They're really thematic. They're really, really thematic. They've got a lot of, like Zinch feels like you kind of meddle with stuff, and...
Have you brought the Skaven bladders I asked for?
Did we ask for Skaven bladders? Seems a bit non-aggression pact. Sure. Khorne is very killy. Nurgle seems very slow but resilient. And each of the demon factions, I was worried the demons wouldn't feel unique, but they really do. Like, each campaign just feels very, very in keeping with what they are. So we've got more growth going on here. So we've got a little pox plague. So that gives us 25 growth and then 50 growth on top of that, which means we now have 425 growth, which means we grow every 2 turns. And in 2 turns, we will be able to get the Great Blight Oak, which is going to be very nice. And we get 2 more building slots. We can build something on there, which is good. Let's meander over here. Now, what I'm going to do is... So, we've got some options here. So, we've got some Plague Drones from Nurgle. So, I'm going to get rid of the Rotflies and the Chaos Furies. Yes. I'm going to get them, and I'm going to get one of them. Something like that. Good. Andrew is absolutely fine here. What I could do, actually, is... Is it?
Spread plague and joy.
Like, put you in a little ambush stance over there. Put you in a little ambush stance there. And then, what plague have we got on this one? This one's quite good. Okay, that's fine. We've got the crumbling shits, which is absolutely fine. Happy with that. Had a rebellion over there, which I don't really care about, to be honest. I will live with it. And you can just keep trying to stab this guy. Which you succeeded in doing. Look at that. Oh, I completed a quest. I wasn't even trying, but there we go. More relation with the Septic Claw. Got a Scroll of Power. And a thingy-majig. So this is going up to... Are they Septic Claw? No, these guys are Septic Claw. The one province faction, which is not that useful, but then they do have a major capital. So, you know, options there. We could have a little deal with the Subtle Torture. No military alliances. I like the quick deals. It just gives you a quick sort of option of skipping through, seeing what's going on. Wait, are those guys still alive? Are they alive because they're under... Oh, it's because they've got little doobie whatsits. Are they a problem? I don't think so. Okay, well, good to know. Thanks for the update. Right, okay, good. Building upgrade. Don't want to do anything there because it's gone. I don't really want to do that, but I guess I am. You want military access? I'm not going to pay you for military. I don't need military access. Oh, hello. And we got to the ambush. Oh, double win. Oh, the forces of Kislev don't know who they're dealing with. Andrew getting his own ambush. Getting one back for last episode where he got ambushed. And there's a big old elemental bear and he's going to twat it with a bell. Because why not? Go on, Andrew. Get stuck in. He's got the hellfire. He just... Did he headbutt the bear? He just headbutted the bear for quite a lot of damage, actually. Meanwhile... From the trees come our fast-moving units. Yes, I know, we've got some fast-moving units. Exalted Bloodletters of Khorne. We've got some Bloodletters on side here, thanks to our alliance with one of the Khorne factions. And then the Forsaken, also coming down from the trees over here. Fast-moving units. It's a refreshing change from having the people who just don't know how to move beyond Zomble speeds. Never mind. That Elemental Bear is getting the shit kicked out of it. And the Exalted Bloodletters now coming in from behind. These guys have a special bonus whereby if they kill 80 or more things, they get an additional 20% base and armor-piercing weapon damage. Slamming into the Ice Guard with glaives, and these ladies are in serious trouble. So they're even trying to get away. They're already locked in combat with the Plague Bearers, and that bear is... I mean, Andrew's just kicked the shit out of it. You're going to take that, Andrew. Get in there. Griffin Legion. Oh, he's melted. Like the snowman from the Snowman. Or the Snow Dog, which is very sad. Half the front of our line is doing a little bit poorly as our Plague Bearers are struggling against the Zargars. However, Andrew is now careering into the second blob of units, and the Glaive Guard and Streltsy here are no match for the Dominic forces surrounding them. The Bloodletter's really getting stuck in there. The Bloodletters are very, very killy. And of course with Andrew there, everyone's just taking damage very quickly. This blob is just melting away. Especially with Bloodletters to the flank, a Greater Demon of Nurgle right in the centre. The Bloodletters are very killy. Very killy. Look at that. They're just murdering shit left, right and centre. So good. Griffin Legion charging back what's left of them, 4 of them. Charging straight into the Hellfire Banner and then dying. And there we go. The Exalted Bloodletters have now got 81 kills, which means they get an addition. So they now have 53 weapon strength. Bonus verse infantry. So they've got 13 bonus verse infantry, 37 armor piercing damage, 43 melee attack, and that's without any buffs whatsoever. Andrew now moving on to the last group, the front of the Kislev force, which is headed by the Zargard, of course the elite infantry of Kislev. But they are no match for Andrew Wakefield. Bloodletters coming in and around to trap them. And the Zargard now starting to break. Of course, they have that unbreakable buff for 30 seconds, although that just means we get to kill more of them. Looking at Andrew there, 177 kills? Yeah. Gonna be honest, I kind of like the Bloodletters. Don't tell anyone. Okay, well, I think that was a very successful ambush, and it's nice to have some fast-moving units in our army that can complement our very tanky front line. We lost a unit of Plague Bearers, but Andrew Wakefield there with the 7,759 damage value dealt as gold. Yep, take that. I could take the replenishment, but to be honest, I'm going to take the money instead. I mean, she's called Sin Dancer, so almost certainly she's got some. Let's say, who are you at war with? Pretty much no one we really care about, so yes, keep you off our back. I mean, we do have now Scarbrand, who could potentially be an issue, but I think he's basically at war with everyone, so with any luck, he'll have to fight his way through quite a few people before he reaches me. Little mission issued. We've got Plague going around. You have fled. And we're going to push forward because I'm going to start taking out... Oh, Christ. Maybe just sit there for a minute. Yikes. Yikes. Well, we're definitely going to want to break through that. But that's a lot of stacks. I mean, they might not have any anywhere else, which might be causing them issues, but I don't think they've got anyone to fight but us. I mean, and, you know, every other demon. But it does mean they are currently at war with the Crimson Skull Khorne. Looks like, oof. Kostaltin is, he's on the move, isn't he? Wonder how these guys are doing. I kind of already have, mate. You're a strength rank 58. Well, that does not bode well for you. We have Northern Province at 2. Ice Court is 3. Oracles of Cincha 4. I'm 9. Yikes. Big yikes. Oh well. Oh well. So, what we're going to do, we've already got movement. We could spread Nurgle corruption, which is always a good idea. Let's give you Blade Shield just to make you that little bit... You're quite killy. You're not very tanky. Are you, buddy? Now, you lost some Plague Bearers, so we are going to recruit a couple more of those to keep you going. Otherwise, I think that army is quite a good sort of backup force. I could give you more leadership, but I don't think it's really going to help you. I could give you more armour, which might be a good shout, but... kind of want to give you some more magic, I think. Actually, you know what? Let's go Stream of Corruption. Because that's going to reduce... because that's... I mean, it's only... how much Winds of Magic is it maxed out? It's 8. We get -2. So, I mean, that's pretty cheap.
Hardiest of men.
That's pretty cheap. We can just literally just... spam cast that, and it doesn't do a huge amount of damage, but on a big blob it does do enough.
What fathers found, children.
Yes, he's a nice guy, isn't he? Well, you know what we might do is we might spread a plague throughout the what could we do here? What could we do? Nurgle corruption is fine. Attrition, and I mean that sounds quite good. Are we trying to get anything here? So, income from sacking and looting settlements 250. That's quite nice. That's quite nice. What do we need for that one? Gut Rot and Weeping Eyes. So Gut Rot's there. And Weeping Eyes is there. So let's go for this one. And we're going to go with... you know what, let's make some money. And let's increase the chance of the plague spreading. And we're going to summon a plague cultist.
Cultist of the plague.
So we've got Valmir. Cool. Valmir, cool. So what we're going to do is we're going to send him down, because he is now basically a big old plague bomb. We're going to send him down here somewhere to explode and hopefully spread plague throughout Kislev. And basically harass their back line with plague. We can summon a cultist every turn. So you can only do one plague a turn. But we can basically summon that plague up and it'll be pretty good. So you can do that. Hello. What are you doing here? That's quite a lot of orcs. But it is just orcs. I mean, they do have some black orcs. But you're suffering double attrition. 116, which is losing you 2 men a turn. I mean, it's not the best, but it's, you know, generally fine. I think we should be able to hold out. I'm more concerned with Kislev at the moment. Dealing with Greenskins won't be an issue. Dealing with Kislev, I mean, they've got a lot of stacks there, and they really need to be cut down. It says Valiant. I feel like I could probably win that, but I don't really want the settlement now, so I'm just going to let him have it. Okay, let us do you, because that'll basically cause some issues. And oh god, they're really they're coming. Oh lordy, they're coming. Okay, we're gonna go here. and do that.
I'll freeze off your fingers.
Noted. And we're going to come down here. There's already quite a lot of Nurgle corruption here thanks to the portals, but the portals will close shortly, and it's like they've been closing them anyway. That's going to give us a little bit more income, which is always nice. And I am going to go with... We've already got the growth. Let's get the public order then to be on the safe side. I feel like if we can just keep harassing these guys, then basically they're not going to be a threat. Yeah, let's grab that. I mean, I think that should be fine. Did you just sack me? It's unbelievable. Right, we'll grab the Great Blight Oak. Oof, really cutting into our income. But this will give us additional monies, which is nice. I want to come down and grab... I mean, to be honest, this province is spread all the way along here, which isn't ideal. But if we can capture Struvakaken, then we can push down into Kislev itself, and we can start causing them some issues. So what I'm going to do is we're going to summon yet another plague. We wanted that one. We're going to go with Chance of Plague Spreading and give me some more money as well. And we will summon in another Plague Cultist. And we'll send... Basically, we're just going to send a train of Plague Cultists down into the Empire to pop plagues everywhere. Just for funsies. I mean, funsies for me, obviously not for them.
Sickliness is next to godliness.
I mean, it's certainly next to Nurgle. You want me to join your war against the Covenant? I mean, I feel like as soon as I do that, they're going to attack me. So, no. And you're going to attack my settlement. I mean, it's a ballsy move right off the bat. But we got towers, so... I was hoping we'd have a little bit... to be honest, I thought they'd try and siege me down a little bit and I could have another go at assaulting them. But they decided to attack right away, which is unwelcome. But I think we're okay. So we got this this map, which is in this cave, which is quite nice. Big old cave there. And it is a bit dark, mind you. I think maybe they could do with a bit more fires or something to sort of like try and brighten it up a little bit. It's a bit on the dark side. So over here, we're using Nurglings to hold back this quite large blob of Orc boys. There's some Goblin archers there. We're concentrating fire from the tower on them first to try and whittle them down a bit. The Black Orcs are going to be the real issue there. Moving some Plague Toads to sort of reinforce that position. Over here, we've got... I was hoping they'd attack. Over here, they haven't. They've come through this gap, which means we've got the Spawn of Nurgle to try and hold them back. How well that'll do against these Trolls, I don't know. I suspect the Trolls may make short work of that Spawn of Nurgle. Not much we can do over there. Over here, we've got some Orc Boys attacking into some Plague Bearers. Not too much of an issue there. I'm fairly happy with that. The Orc War Boss has actually made a beeline straight for the centre of the settlement, which is not necessarily a problem. We won't lose a battle if they capture that, but I would prefer to hold on to it if we could. And over here, we've got a large blob of Orcs heading towards this victory point over here, which we're going to protect. So, of course, the longer we hold on to victory points, the more supplies we get. The more supplies we get, the more towers we get. And as soon as we hit a critical mass of towers, we should be fine. But reaching that is the tricky bit. So we've got some Plague Bearers moving around the flank here. Going to get these in a nice little vice over there. I think these guys should be fine dealing with this. I don't like the Goblins shooting at me, but there's not much I can do about it for the moment, so we'll just leave that. Over here, this engagement seems to be doing quite well, but there are several units actually making towards the city centre. Not much I can do about that. Some more units heading in this direction. I'm going to send the Plague Flies over here to attack the Orcs in the back, hopefully breaking them. Giving the Nurglings a chance to disengage. I'm actually bringing the Plague Bearers over to assist with this to make sure we don't lose the victory point over there. The Spawn of Nurgle have crumbled pretty quickly, faster than I would have liked, and it looks like we're going to lose that centre objective point a little bit too soon. It's not the end of the world, but it is not particularly... don't particularly want to lose it right now. The Orc War Boss is getting Spirit Leeched. by the Tallymaster. Are all the... Is it the same Tallymaster? Because he always seems to be leading the garrison. I don't know if it's the same one. He's a very busy boy. Who knows? So pulling the Plague Bearers back, having won that engagement, the problem is they will probably rally and come back. I don't want to lose that victory point. So what I'm trying to do is I'm going to pull these Nurglings out and use them to hold the victory point while these Plague Bearers slowly meander up to help out the centre of the settlement. But again, it's pretty tricky, a little bit dicey. We've got a second tower up now though, and that is now blasting these units as they try to move around to engage the Nurglings at the back. These orcs have been broken by the Rotflies, exactly what we wanted. I can now move the Plague Bearers to engage these Goblin Archers and the Orc Boys. Meanwhile, the Rotflies are going to go and help out wherever they can, because of course they are fast moving units, which is quite useful. This is exactly what we want to happen. These orcs are now nicely blobbed up here, and this tower is just battering them as they try to smash their way into the settlement. These goblins are doing a little bit of damage there, but not too bad. There's not very many of them left, so that shouldn't be too much of a problem. We just need these guys to hold on while we continue to blat them with that tower fire. Might have a little problem here if they come in from behind. Not much I can do about that at the moment. I don't have the units spare. And over here, our Tallymaster is getting the upper hand on the enemy war boss, mostly due to the fact he's got ridiculous melee defense. And of course, he has a Spirit Leech, so he can suck off the Orc war boss faster than the Orc war boss can try and stop him. These Nurglings are holding on for the moment, but not for much longer in my opinion. They will probably crumble fairly soon. The Orc Warboss there taking another Spirit Leech, and his health dropping very rapidly there, down to under 500. Looks like it's going to be under 500. He's running away. If we can get one more Spirit Leech on him, he's dead, and that will do a big dent to the Orc morale, and will help us out no end. So this seems to be going okay, and we're getting another tower built there. Now we can deal with this blob of units. You can see just smashing into that big blob there, and that's going to hopefully free up these units that we can then bring round to assist. Nurglings starting to crumble off in the distance there. Nurglings have seen off the Orc Boys. They're now shattered. We don't have to worry about those. And we've got another Spirit Leech off on the War Boss, and down he goes. He's got 228, 172, 130, 76, 33, and dead. Sucked to death. Now that does mean the Tallymaster is a little bit out of position here. He did chase down the Orc War Boss. I did want to try and finish him off, and that was successful, but it does mean he is now probably going to get his head kicked in by some Black Orcs. The Orc Boys being defeated by the Plague Bearers. Plague Bearers, of course, can do very well against Orc Boys. They're just better. They're just better than Orc Boys. And down here, the Nurglings still holding on. We have lost some Nurglings, but you can see they've just kept this blob of orcs from breaking through, kept them blobbed up. The tower's then doing the work for us. We now have 3 towers up and a 4th on the go. 20 seconds away from that. The Tallymaster, he's sucking off a lot of Black Orcs, but it's not going to do too much damage to them, and he's now a little bit surrounded. He's too slow to run away from them, and basically he is unfortunately going to go down. However, this side of the city has been dealt with. These orcs are now fleeing, and although they are coming back, the tower should do enough to basically keep them... They've routed once already, and we can now just keep blatting them with the tower. They'll never be able to recover enough, or they won't be able to survive long enough to capture the victory location, and they can't do anything to tower. So basically, I can now disengage from this, bring these units back up to help out with the centre. The Rotfly is going to go and deal with some Goblin Archers there. The Tallymaster is crumbling away. He did such good work. Even takes down a Black Orc. Oh no, the Black Orc gets back up. Well, puff. In a puff of smoke, he's gone, but never forgotten. The Rotflies have taken out the Goblin Archers and are now... We're using the Rotflies to keep this victory point safe, because if we lose this victory point now, we'll lose a couple of towers, and I don't want to do that. And unfortunately, while the Nurglings managed to deal with the horde of orcs pushing into the settlement, they unfortunately didn't survive very well. There's only 1 unit left, there's only 22 of them, and they won't be able to hold back these Black Orcs for long. However, the Rotflies will be able to, because they are pretty tanky, and we can use them to sort of like keep these boys at bay. Meanwhile, we are now closing the noose with multiple towers up. The orcs in every direction are getting blatted. This battle is basically over at this point. Although the numbers are fairly similar, and they do outnumber us, but you can see we've killed a lot more of them than they have of us. And with these towers up now, it's basically a case of keeping them busy and occupied while the towers do their dirty work. The Nurglings still holding on. God. Salute for the Nurglings. Good job, boys. You done good. You done good. Most orcs now fleeing. Yeah, those orc boys trying to get away. Continue to, the towers will just continue to hit them, and that of course means there'll be less orcs to survive the battle. We do have some black orcs coming in. That is unwelcome. Don't really want to have to fight those. They will make fairly short work of the rotflies. But it's the only thing we have left to sort of like hold them back. So the rotflies are going to engage the black orcs to keep them at arm's length. These orc boys are sort of like holding this victory location, but seem to be meandering off in some direction. I don't know where I don't know what their plan is. Maybe trying to flank us? Unfortunately, it might be too little too late. Those trolls are now quite surrounded. And starting to lose ground and hope. In fact, the entire army is starting to lose hope as unit after unit routs and shatters. And we've managed to hold on to the settlements despite dealing with an entire stack of Greenskins. Well, send them scuttling back from whence they came. I'm going to take the money because I need it. I am burning through it. Really? Again? I don't really care. You can have it. I feel... Enjoy. That's, you know, from me to you. Good. Okay. Those guys are dead. Those guys are claimed to soul. Wait, who's got souls now? So just we've got 2. Everyone else has got 1, apart from the Ice Court, who have yet to acquire a soul, which means the Seducers of Slaanesh are the ones to beat. We've got more chance of spreading plague. There's more plague spreading around. So that's now 13 turns. I mean, not that we need that plague now, because obviously we got that one. In fact, we've got all the growth we need. So what I could actually do is like spread something like that, because that'd be pretty cheap to infect, and then I can just sort of spread it around, and that'll be good. I mean, not for everyone else, but for me. You guys are fucked. Oh no, Phaedrion. Adrian. Rubbish. Never mind. We need some spells, don't we? Arcane Conduit is going to be obviously quite useful. So let's get that. No one blundered into ambush, but they are heading in this direction. In fact, one has... Oh, no, those are the guys coming back, weren't they? Is anyone in ambush stance? That's what I'm concerned about. I'm sure we're probably fine. Okay, well, let's meander in this direction. We've got 2 plague cultists on the move. And I guess we could potentially... I mean, there's Katarine right there. Is she? Would she take us, or is she going to play hard to get, do we think?
Father Nurgle.
And is there another army ambushing? Don't know. Let's find out!
Father desires.
Nope, you're fine. Good job, Andrew. Little canary in the mine there for him. Good. Okay, and you're going to take us all... Oh, that's a lot of boys. Wait, where's Andrew? Andrew, where the fuck are you? Andrew, you should be here.
Nurgle's uncleanest.
Okay, if we attack you, then Andrew can come in and... Okay, so then we get reinforcements, they get reinforcements, everyone gets reinforcements. It's going to be a massive fight with both Kugath and Andrew. Oh, how exciting. But that is unfortunately going to have to wait until next time. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.